going to stay with you until help arrives.
Thank you. But dear, it just came out of nowhere.
January 21st is Squirrel Appreciation Day, an entire day dedicated to squirrels. That's nuts. At AARP, we think you deserve your own day. Yeah, you. After all, you're the one working and saving for the future, so let AARP help. From planning and budgeting to getting a deal on your next trip, AARP is here to help you stretch your dollar further. Our furry friends will have their day, but today is all yours. Take on today and every day with AARP.
It's the biggest news ever at Olive Garden. All new big Italian classics starting at $12.99. Dishes too big to miss like stuffed fettuccine Alfredo. All new big Italian classics for a limited time only at Olive Garden.
I'm Jimmy Dean, and that sunrise song. I honestly feel that way about Jimmy Dean sausage. Get yourself a large chunk of that good morning feeling. Oh, that smells good.
You totaled your brand new car. Nobody's hurt, but there will still be pain. It comes when your insurance company says they'll only pay 3/4 of what it takes to replace it. What are you supposed to do, drive 3/4 of a car? Now, if you had Liberty Mutual new car replacement, you'd get your whole car back. I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
With Liberty Mutual new car replacement, we'll replace the full value of your car. Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
From the first moment you met, it was love at first touch. And all you wanted to do was surround them in comfort and protection. That's why only Pampers Swaddlers is the #1 choice of hospitals. To wrap your baby in blanket-like softness and premium protection. So that all they feel is love. Pampers, the #1 choice of hospitals, nurses, and parents.
Hands go here. Feet go here. You know what goes here. And your approval rating goes here. Test drive the Z-Track Z540R at your John Deere dealer and learn why it's not how fast you mow. It's how well you mow fast. Nothing runs like a deer. Save $250 when you test drive and buy a John Deere residential Z540R Z-Track mower.
Severe weather could impact some 47 million of you. Torcons on the rise as we brace for tornadoes, hail, damaging winds.
And from blinding dust storms to blinding snow, how winds are fueling this massive system, Jen. And instead of kicking back on your next vacation, try giving back. How volunteer vacations are helping hurricane victims rebuild. AIM-HQ starts right now.
And good morning, everyone. You made it to Friday. I'm meteorologist Jim Cantori, joined by meteorologist Stephanie Abrams and Jen Carfagno. The battle of the seasons marches on here. We've been talking about this literally for a week now. Blizzards, fires, flash floods. We've got almost every kind of possible alert on the map, Steph. How many different colors are on the National Weather Service outlet?
Yeah, yesterday we were just like rattling them off, and now we've decided to list them for you guys. From tornadoes to lightning, we got up to like 14 or 15. Hail, damaging winds from not only thunderstorms but synoptic scale, flooding rain, fires, dust storms, record cold, and the list goes on and on and on. But let's start with the severe weather threat, Jim, as 47.5 million people are at risk for that.
Yes, and it's going to be interesting to watch it evolve, because I think we're going to start certainly with all hazards, then eventually get into a wind threat, and then kind of re-evolve into all hazards again as we go through tomorrow. So it's going to be kind of interesting. But some of you that are getting thunderstorms this morning, which I find interesting, are actually going to be in blizzard tomorrow, so at this time. So get ready for a wild ride. If you're in Minneapolis or Sioux Falls, South Dakota, I think you also have a pretty good shot of thunder snow as well up in this neck of the woods. All right, so we talked about the fact that you get a large trough of low pressure here coming out of the Plain States. Out ahead of that, on the east side of the trough, typically large areas of rising air motion. So low-level jet has kicked in real nice, and we see that pretty active this morning with these storms in the warm sector. Okay, so they're sub-severe. That's the good news. Sometimes you can get big hail out of these elevated storms, but I think they're just a little bit too far north this morning for that. either way, lots of thunderstorms likely today. They will initiate, I think, the ones that we're worried about on the dry line later on this afternoon. So notice Dallas is in this. So is Tulsa. But the worst of the storms may wait until they get a little bit farther off toward the east. So this will be interesting to watch this evolve. And then once they get even farther east, I think we're going to move into a wind threat. So here's a good example. So hail and tornadoes first. And we're talking about hail that could be over an inch in diameter. So that's going to do some damage potentially to certainly your car, maybe your roof if you have a weak shingle. And then we kind of morph overnight into more of a damaging wind at Memphis, on into Greenwood, Mississippi, perhaps down to Alexandria, Louisiana. Our torcons are highest actually east of initiation. So that's what I'm talking about being interesting. So do we in fact get the line, at least some of the models are suggesting they hold off, boom, and they get intense as they approach Arkansas. So here we go. Here's the prefrontal stuff. That's moving off toward the east, but keep your eye off toward the west, all right? Boom. There are a few storms in Kansas. There are a few storms in North Texas. These are the gamers right in through here, and then just morph into line across Arkansas. By the way, keep an eye on those storms too. A lot of the low-level spin is very high in southwestern parts of Iowa. You could easily have a tornado up in that neck of the woods too. We get that warm front through, Jen, and all of a sudden, boom, the door is wide.